Now more than ever, innovative technologies are fueling change and sparking new ways of thinking. Collaboration between corporations and startups is key to staying at the forefront of these trends. However, finding the right startups can be expensive, time-consuming, and ineffective. But Plug and Play is here to help. As a corporate partner, you will gain access to a whole ecosystem of innovation. Discover startups that meet your tech interests. Stay updated on the latest trends and network with industry peers. We will help you during every stage of your innovation journey, no matter where you are and where you want to go. Get in touch today.
Hello, good morning, everyone. This is day 1 of week 2 Winter Summit Expo here at Plug and Play headquarters in Sunnyvale. I am here stage on live. It feels really great to be on stage after 2 years of, virtual hybrid kind of situation. We hope to have you back here live with us next year, but for today, unfortunately, we'll be virtual. My name is ReSec Ishii. I am the Director of Japanese Partnership here at Plug and Play. I oversee cross-vertical, cross-industry Japanese corporate innovation. Today, this week, is, like I said, the first day of Winter Summit Week 2. We will be going over Internet of Things IoT program and also real estate and construction in the afternoon. Next, please. Today's agenda will cover these. We'll start with opening remarks, followed by about 30 minutes of keynote, and then startup pitches and closing remarks. Before we dive into it, I would like to touch upon housekeeping. Please, everyone remain on mute, except the presenters during the session. And please submit any questions that you might have for the presenters through a Q&A button that you see through the Zoom window. There will be a poll at the end of every 3 to 5 startups presenting. So if you have any desire to connect with our wonderful startups, please give us any requests during or after the expo. Through our crazy years during the pandemic, we continue to expand our offices globally. Our newest offices include Cairo and Egypt. We've been focusing a lot on governments these days, including a Japanese government program as well. And we also are opening an office in India after a long time. Without further ado, I would like to touch upon some of our portfolio highlights under IoT. We have been having a lot of growing portfolio. We have currently like 26 unicorns that is public to this day. But today, I wanted to touch upon 2 startups. The first startup is Mantle. Digital transformation is happening in the manufacturing industry, and they are helping manufacturers redefine how they bring products to market. Mantle's technology prints, shapes, and sinters precision metal parts from a CAD file in a fraction of time and cost of conventional manufacturing by combining the best of it and 3D printing with added efficiency. They partnered, over 1 million end-use parts have been successfully produced with Mantle 3D print tools already. And just recently, Mantle announced $35 million Series B financing as customer success continues with tooling, lead times, and costs out by over 65%. They also partnered with some of our partners, L'Oreal and Westminster Tool. The second startup is Breezometer. I've also met with them in person here at Silicon Valley before, a few years ago. But they empower individuals to make healthier decisions every day with the world's most trusted environmental intelligence. Their location-based air pollution, pollen, and active fires, which have been a lot of problems throughout the world these days, These information enables businesses to develop solutions that help reduce exposure to environmental hazards. They also partnered with Siemens, and they have created this combined platform with Climatix IC platform, which then shows air quality information, empowering HVAC and OEMs to expand revenue streams. Also, their simple API platform integration can help a lot of people like us and companies worldwide to be aware of the air quality coverage and whether or not you should go outside. Next, I would like to introduce Cryil Perducat, our keynote speaker for the day, Senior VP and Chief Technology Officer of Rockwell Automation. Cryil, are you ready on stage?
I am ready. Hello, everyone.
Great. Let's please share your slides. Yes.
Okay, so I go ahead. So, hello, everyone, and thanks for the opportunity to present today. My name is Cryil Perducat. I'm the Chief Technology Officer at Rockwell Automation, and in a couple of minutes, I will start by a quick intro of what is Rockwell Automation, what we do, and our relationship with IoT and digital. I have been working in the field of IoT, connectivity, and whatever flavor you can put to this, probably for the past 15 years or so. I have seen different evolution of that industry. Prior to Rockwell Automation, I joined Rockwell Automation 6 months ago. I was in Schneider Electric, and for the past 10 years in Schneider Electric, I was Executive Vice President in charge of IoT and digital transformation for the company. Well, I titled my presentation Beyond IoT because I think after so many years speaking about IoT, I think we need to think a little bit about what's next. And I was in a customer event last week, and I made a discussion with customers on both the opportunities they see with IoT, but as well as the frustrations that they have on the realization of the promise of IoT and the technology. And those are some of the elements I want to share with you today. Rockwell Automation is a global leader in industrial automation and digital transformation. In fact, historically, the business of Rockwell Automation is industrial automation, but industrial automation has gradually evolved by providing the connectivity and operational infrastructure for manufacturers, process industries, different industries, to really harness the potential of data on the operations to create additional value for customers. And we operate, we are a $6.3 billion US company. We operate globally, but with a very strong historical footprint and leadership in North America. And we operate in discrete process and hybrid industry. I come back on this on the next slides. On the portfolio of Rockwell Automation, our historical business had been intelligent devices. And I will say they were devices before they were intelligence. IoT brought that intelligence to devices. Electromechanical components that were passive 20 years ago have become intelligent, even smart devices that not only perform a specific task in the architecture, but also sense the environment, act upon the environment, or provide information through connectivity to the rest of the architecture. But our portfolio has also evolved toward more and more software and control. So really being able not just to have devices on a network, but orchestrating the overall operation of those devices in order to reach a certain business goals. And of course, lifecycle services for our customers. Most of our customers in those industries operate infrastructures that have a life cycle of 10, 15, sometimes 20 years. So we provide technology that needs to be either resilient in the long term or upgradable, expandable across the life cycle of the installation of our customers. We have 33,000 employees overall, and more than half of those employees are today outside of the US. When I was mentioning where we operate, in fact, we operate with in the automation world that usually will be segmented in 3 different types of industry. Historical business has been strongly discrete automation. So where you see assembly of engineered components, think about automotives, electronics, think about the world of robotics. That's really one of our core historical business. And on the other extreme of the spectrum, process automation, where you have continuous flow type of process, oil refining, extractions, wastewater treatment, chemical productions. And in between, what we call hybrid automation, where you have a combination of discrete automation and process automation. So a funny example is, think about chocolate. So chocolate, you are a company producing chocolate tablets. The beginning of the process is really process, where you mix things in order to make a product. The end of the process is like assembly, because you package those different products in a certain format and put the package around, stack things together, ready for shipment for customers. So those are the three types of business where we operate all together. And we have really seen the world of our customers and their needs evolve very strongly in the past 10 years. Evolve very strongly in terms of network security. So you have certainly, all of you, heard all the news about threat on industrial operations, whatever they are, factories, pipelines, or different things. There is value in connecting things, but there is different type of risk profiles that are created by stronger dependence to the internet or connectivity overall. Our customers have asked us also to bridge the world of the edge, which is traditionally the business where we have been in, because control and devices operate at the edge of the network in industrial operations, but to bridge this to all the capabilities of the customers that are now in the cloud. There are different design environment, operating environment, ERP, CRM, and other things that operate in the cloud. And this creates a certain number of interoperability challenges to be able to mix and intersect all those different data in order to create new values to customers. And this is a digital thread, and we have also developed consulting capabilities to support our customers, because between the ideas and the technology and the actual implementations, a lot of customers have asked us help on how do we go from the ideas to actual implementations in not only a factory, but in their overall supply chain. So this has led us to, in the different segments that we operate, automotive, life science, pharma, food and beverage, CPGs, to support our customers build their digital transformation roadmap. And as I mentioned, because of the long cycle of our customers, build this digital transformation and provide platforming capabilities for our customers that have the right level of longevity, stability, and upgradability. Overall, I think from the industry where we come from, at the beginning of my career, the focus of our customers were really productivity. That was absolutely the main approach of continuous improvement in industrial processes, was to increase productivity, increase yield, or whatever. No, and I think what we have seen through COVID is just amplifying this trend. Customers are looking for resiliency, agility, sustainability. They are looking at resiliency of their supply chain. They are looking at agility in front of both supply chain disruptions and very volatile consumer demands. So digital, IoT, and all the technologies we can provide is really the foundation, but not the end of what our customer wants. Those are technology opportunities that we have that ultimately need to deliver the value that our customers are expecting in terms of not only productivity, as I said, or efficiency, but also this resiliency, agility, and sustainability that they are expecting. And when I look at the evolution of industry, many people, when you speak about IoT in the industrial space, will make a connection between IoT and Industry 4.0. And when I was preparing some of the elements of that presentation, I realized that the idea of Industry 4.0 was first expressed in 2011 at Hanover Fair in the context of the German industry development. That was 10 years ago. And 10 years at the speed of digital is a lot of time. And I think we are a bit at a turning point of realizing actual value for customers beyond technologies. There are some areas that have seen great advance, but we also hear frustration for customers where there is probably too much technology discussion, too much new fancy tools or new widgets or app or whatever. And customers sometimes, and this is why we have developed those consulting capabilities and other type of tools, are asking us more than just technologies. They don't want something more sophisticated. They don't want just more technologies. They want results. They want outcome. And I was reading some articles also more recently, and I took this one from Frost and Sullivan. We are starting to speak about Industry 5.0. And okay, this is sometimes a bit fancy, and there are plenty of consultants on the market that are making a lot of business by redefining regularly the vocabulary of the world where we operate in. What I found very interesting in the idea of Industry 5.0 is really three specific points. First, this idea of not focusing only on connecting machines and connecting stuff, but really focusing on customer experience. There is no point to provide more sophisticated tools to customers if the people that our customers have do not have the skills to use those tools, or if the tools that we are developing are requiring competencies that are extremely hard or not available on the market, or where you are looking at people that have a kind of superpowers that could be both a kind of operator on the shop floor, semi-data scientist, semi-engineer, and all things at the same time. So this idea of really going beyond connectivity and technology and focusing on really delivering customer and user experience, for me, is very important. The second idea that I want to pick on that page is the relationship with the supply chain. I think we are all witnessing today the disruption in supply chain, and this is a combination both of supply side but demand side as well. The volatility of customer demands, the change of perspective and needs of consumers or businesses, and on the supply side of the supply chain, the discontinuity of the supply chain, the shortage we see in the electronics industry or in the material industry and in some other things. And the last one I want to mention, which can maybe seen as a bit of a paradox, because we are just at the beginning of maybe post-COVID, or we will be in a kind of COVID mode forever. But the idea of returning of manpower to factories, but in the sense of maybe we have been as an industry a little bit too far in thinking only about machines and Internet of Things and how machines are connected together. The reality is that what is efficient on the shop floor is the best efficient collaboration between people and machine. And that's why I was insisting on this idea of the customer experience. We believe in the industry in a world where we establish a stronger partnership between people and machines, machines making people smarter, people augmenting the machines with their specific skills. And as I said earlier, this idea of not just delivering pieces of technology, but delivering pieces of technology for users with the competencies they have in their workflow in order to deliver actual value. If we deliver to customers IoT solutions that needs to have them completely reinvent their process, their skills, their competencies in the middle of all the transformations that are happening in the industries, that doesn't work. This kind of remind me a little bit what was happening in the ERP space at the beginning of the year 2000s, where in order to put in place a new ERP, you had to redefine all your industrial processes in a factory. I think this time is over. Customers are not looking to rip and replace everything that they have. They are looking at incremental, tangible values on top of the capabilities and assets that they have. So I think this evolution for Industry 4.0 to Industry 5.0 in the context of IoT sets pretty well what I believe as an industry we need to deliver beyond technology for IoT. And I want to highlight some of those elements next. When we discuss with customers, I met dozens of customers last week in this customer event I was mentioning. There is a willingness to go to the next level, because everybody acknowledges that there are plenty of fantastic technologies available to bring manufacturing to the next level. But customers in our space are, again, struggling to operationalize this technology in their real world. And especially one of their frustrations has been to not just get more data and more informations, but how do we go from those data and informations to actions? So there are different ways to do this. You can do this by having extremely skilled workers on the shop floor that are able to analyze the millions of data points that now comes out of a process. Pretty much in any industrial process or refinery, automotive plants or whatever, you have hundreds, thousands sometimes of sensors, like a tier one very large refinery will have more than 50,000 sensors altogether. So that makes a lot of information that is available, but the reality is that a lot of those informations is not delivering, is not used to deliver the potential for the customers, because there is limited time, opportunities, and competencies to analyze all the information that is coming out of a process. So we have reached a point where maybe 15 years ago, in the early days of IoT, this connectivity of machines, new human-machine interface and everything was providing additional information that was extremely welcome by customers in the processes. But now we have reached a point of diminishing returns, because there is so much information available on how do you use this information to actually deliver tangible results, and how do you, what model do you use to deliver those results? So we see, and I see 4 different trends, and we are discussing at Rockwell Automation with many different type of startups in our space, and we want to partner with those startups in order to be able to bring technologies and to bring different perspective on those 4 specific dimensions. The first one is on an architecture point of view. There has been many discussions. I will say in the past 10 years, we have seen the very strong emergence of Microsoft with Azure, AWS, Google, and others. There was kind of the belief at one point of time that everything will move to the cloud. The reality is that we live in a world of hybrid architecture. For cost effectiveness, for resiliency, for performance, some of the capabilities will remain at the edge. Some of the capabilities are better located in the cloud because they are easier to deploy, upgrade, sustain. And the two needs to coexist and work in a very good way together. So we are promoting and developing hybrid edge plus cloud architecture with various level of performance and capabilities depending on customer application. All this implies that we need to have software-defined architecture. So anything for Rockwell Automation around virtualization, but virtualization at every level of the architecture, up to tiny devices, the ability to dissociate hardware and software, and have dissociate the life cycle of the hardware from the life cycle of the software, the ability to say, I'm going to deliver a software-defined architecture where the software content can evolve over time depending on the needs of the customer, can be modernized on an application point of view. This is not fundamentally new as an idea. I think for those of you that are familiar with the networking world, software-defined networking is probably what started it all. But I was, because we work quite a lot in the automotive industry, I was reading articles recently on software-defined vehicles. So most of the actors in the automotive industries are defining their vehicles as a software-defined platform. Tesla is a very good example, but everybody in the industry is following the same. So this idea of software-defined architecture, virtualization, dissociation of hardware and software, hybrid edge-to-cloud architecture is a very important underlying element of what we want to do. When you look at another dimension, especially IoT combined with control, so how do you automate the tasks that are the outcome of sensing and actuation on an architecture? We see this maybe in home automation on the other end of the spectrum, but this is true for industrial customers. It's too many different systems that are too specific to each categories and type of devices. How do we, as an industry, converge into some more universal controls where we can provide a converged environment for our customers and use open standards, the right interoperability technologies to make the life of our customers easier on the way they design, operate, and maintain an industrial control environment, an automation environment, altogether. Third point I want to mention here, a lot of IoT historically has been around and Industry 4.0 has been around the idea of cyber physical systems. I see this strongly evolving in two very complementary directions. First, more autonomous systems. And for me, the answer of this difficulty to act on the tsunami of information that is available is to deploy AI in the architecture in the right way, a bit later on that, to develop not just automated systems, but autonomous systems. How do you close the loop from raw data to information, information to insights to actions, so that what can be autonomous becomes autonomous, so that the workforce is focused on the task where they have the most added value. And like we can see in the automotive industry with different level of autonomy, it doesn't mean that we are going to make tomorrow an industrial process in complete autopilot without any workers. That's not the intention. But some part of the process can be more autonomous. So the interconnection between core IoT, connectivity, the software part of it, and the link with applied AI is very important to do this. On the other end of the spectrum, our ability to be able to provide tools to the workforce that augment their capabilities using also AI altogether, so that instead of providing tools that require superheroes to operate them, you do the reverse. You provide tools that give superpowers just to normal people, which are the people that our customers have in their operations. Normal people with normal skills. Not all our customers are able to deploy teams of data scientists in every of their dozens of factories that they have across the world. So how do we give data science-like tools, for example, to workforce on the shop floor, so that they can have the autonomy and they can be empowered to act on the information that are available on the shop floor. And then last point, I have seen a world where you had on one hand technology, connectivity, hardware, and a lot of very fancy stuff, and on the other hand, more and more sophisticated software tools that live on top of this layer of complexity. We are developing what I call AI native operation management, reinventing operation management on the edge of AI, but using AI in a way that is not necessarily always visible, that is embedded in every part of the architecture. One example I like to use is you all have a smartphone, you take pictures with your smartphone. I've made a lot of photos over my life and traveled a lot. When you look at the type of pictures you can do today with a smartphone, it's because of AI. The lens is small, the lens doesn't have a super top quality, but the way to process image with software in a way that you don't even think about it allows you to produce super quality image with an underlying hardware that normally should not allow to do this. So reinventing operation management capabilities with AI at the core is for me very important and very transformative for our industry. So to finish on my presentation, maybe to not necessarily express what I believe is next to IoT, but what if IoT is the technology and the enabler, how do we use the power of the IoT? How does this exist on an idea that it's not just about connectivity or automating stuff, but it's really developing the idea of industrial autonomy by creating these conversions between software virtualization, software-defined architecture, IoT, connectivity, new networking technology, 5Gs and others, and applied AI so that the information that are accessible through those new architectures are actually usable by customers in their process in the most relevant way. What we see, and today in what we do, maybe again on AI, there was kind of a perception that AI was one more tool, and some companies has even developed very specialized industrial AI capabilities. I don't think that AI is one more tool. I don't think that AI is a new category in the industrial space. I see AI in every part of the architecture. So every company that I discuss with that is dealing with IoT or is in the IoT category is using or has to use some form of AI to go beyond just connectivity. It could be using AI to transform raw data into more usable information. It could be AI to improve customer experience, more personalization, easier experience, easier onboarding of devices on the network. But we really see AI at every single part of the architecture to be able to achieve this translation into connectivity and raw data to actual actionable value for customers, and really being able to distribute AI in the architecture, in sensors, in control, at the edge, or in the cloud in different ways that create this tangible value for customers is very important. But beyond that, we want to be able to do this closed loop optimization, mixing a physical system with a digital twin, and really modeling in an hybrid way, developing algorithms that are a combination of physics-based systems and machine learning and deep learning to really go from observation, what we have in architectures with sensors, inferring the model where it makes sense in the architecture. In our world, very often it's at the edge in reality, make actions and act. And doing this, developing systems that continuously learn and evolve based on the data that they're able to capture. We've developed, for example, a product at Rockwell Automation that is called Logix AI. So we took a traditional PLC controller that some of you might know, which is a fit for purpose, dedicated device that sits at the edge to process sensors and actuators informations. But we have added a module on the PLC that allows to capture control information and permanently optimize control variables so that a manufacturing capability stays within set parameters. We have applied this, for example, with a large customer in the tire industry, and allows by this closed loop optimization on the tire splicing machine, we have been able to help this customer increase his production by 25%, which is extremely significant, by maintaining the control variables within a certain range, by learning on the variability of the process that could come from many parameters, environment parameters, as well as material parameters in the process by themselves. So ultimately, what we are doing, and where I put the context of overall IoT altogether, is really using IoT as a technology foundations to reimagine the first principles of autonomous control systems. We see IoT in actuation, in sensing, in control as a system overall. We see digital twin in the center. The value for our customers is how do you associate all those pieces together? How those different elements of an IoT architecture works together so that every piece is both plays a role in the architecture, is also a sensor of the environment, as is aware of the context in which it's operate, and share valuable information or valuable insight with the rest of the architecture, so that the overall system can operate in a continuous learning way and develop what we call at Rockwell Automation autonomous manufacturing or autonomous production systems. So IoT is a technology, is a foundation, but the value for customers is the system and the experience that we can create in order to go from raw data to actionable insights, most of them in the most autonomous way possible, sometimes augmenting capabilities of workers that have specific skills so that they can not only have technology in their workflow that maybe complexifies their life sometimes, but at the contrary, simplify how they operate in the shop floor and make their job safer, more efficient, and more impactful because they have those additional capabilities. So this is what we call moving from automated to autonomous systems. Our motto at Rockwell Automation is expanding human possibilities. And we believe that's a very good applications of this idea of expanding human possibilities, using technology to give people in the shop floor superpower so that they can do their job in a better way, in a safer way, in a more sustainable way, for the benefit of the industry and for also the benefit of the planet on the sustainability point of view. So that's what I got for today. I hope I'm on time, and that was great for the audience.
Thank you, Cyril, for a very, very detailed and insightful presentation. I think we all learned a lot about what you do. And thank you again for your great presentation. I would like to introduce a team from Ooredoo to share some of their works with the startups.
The partnership with Ooredoo and Plug & Play has yielded multiple innovations over the past years. This has helped us improve the customer lifecycle and provide better value to support both Ooredoo and Ooredoo's customers.
We have managed to run over 12 successful deal flows, working across a plethora of various cutting-edge technologies, such as artificial intelligence and machine learning, as seen with the SymetryML pilot, which we recently concluded.
When we started this pilot, we wanted to shift the question, what happened to our clients, to what will happen to them. And then finally, taking one step further, what will I do now that I know what will happen to them? In Ooredoo, we truly believe in open innovation. Currently, completely different from years ago, it's crucial to innovate from the outside in. The world changes rapidly, and we need a company to partner with in order to address our needs. By the way, we have been working with Plug & Play in a successful partnership for 3 years. Plug & Play crafted a deal flow to address our problem. We were introduced to a company called SymetryML in this deal flow. The idea of SymetryML was applying AI to help us. After an assessment process from Ooredoo, actually an internal process, we formalized and kicked off this partnership running this pilot. The scope of the pilot was to improve our existing churn prediction models, create new ones, as well as setting next best actions. And after 8 months working fully remotely, this pilot has brought potential in decreasing CapEx by improving customer retention methods, as well as OpEx, as fewer call centers staff hours are required to approach random customers. And the partnership between Ooredoo, Plug & Play, and SymetryML in this pilot provide us with incredible insights and promising results in improving our churn prediction models and next best actions. Thank you.
Thank you, team from Ooredoo. Next, I would like to share another case study from one of our partners, Rheem Manufacturing. Here I have Ati Mane, Associate Director of Technology and Product Development at Rheem Manufacturing. Ati has been leading innovation initiatives here with us, Plug & Play, since 2019. So Ati, if you can unmute yourself, please take over the stage.
Awesome. Thank you, Risa. Appreciate the introduction. And it's a pleasure to be here, being able to share our story in a successful POC with Plug & Play. So I guess before we really dive into it, I just would like to give you a brief introduction about Rheem. Rheem has been around for a while. We have been founded about 100 years ago in 1925 by these two brothers, Richard and Donald Rheem. Ever since we have grown, we are now a global manufacturer of air conditioning devices and water heating and water heaters. We are the market leader in water heating industry in the United States. We have markets, and we are producing our products in around 50 countries. And we have about 12,000 employees, and we are a privately held company. All right, so a little bit about Rheem and a little bit about what makes us special. Now, I want to tell you here something for us is quite important, and I'll tell you why. So we produce products with the water heaters and air conditioning devices that can make up about 65% of your home's energy usage. What that means for us is a tremendous opportunity for innovation. Think about what we can do when connecting all these products in the innovation space, what we can do for energy usage, energy utilization, sustainability, grid stability. So there are a lot of things that we do. We are very active in plug and play ecosystem for that matter. Our innovation team here, Chivi, again, our Senior Vice President, he's leading our strategy and he's coordinating all of our strategy corporately on both divisions. Myself, Timene, and Peachy, we lead the innovation program in Rheem, and we are also leading the innovation program with Rheem and plug and play ecosystem. Sherry is our innovation and sales and commercialization manager. Whatever we do, we want to make sure that we have a path for commercialization. So all the POCs that we do, we want to make sure we build a path for the market. So we really thank Sherry for what she has been doing for us. So this is our team. So let's get into the POC. I just made some notes from Cheryl's presentation on the keynote. He made up a great point. He said that there is no point of providing very complex tools to people, let's say in manufacturing, with normal people and normal skills, right? They have no expertise in AI, no expertise in IoT. You can make their lives pretty hard, right? If you don't bring the right tools. So Autology gave us a very good experience. So I really wanted to share this story with you guys here. It's a plug and play solution. What they do is they have a technology based on computer vision and AI, and they have the ability to identify process elements, people, product, and equipment in real time. And they provide this in a real plug and play fashion. We did not have to create a network for this. They pretty much provide a subscription-based service. They provide all the hardware, all the software. So when we first met with Autology a couple of years ago, we thought this is a great fit for one of our major manufacturing plants. It's based in Montgomery, Alabama. So making a pretty hard process there, volume manufacturing, millions of water heaters, cutting and bending and rolling metal. So we thought the best application area for Autology's technology was jacket and fabrication cell. It's a robotic cell, but it has some manual elements to it that feeds the process. And our problem statement was we weren't sure why the utilization of the cell was not good enough. Well, interestingly, once we initiated the POC and found out some very valuable insights, we were able to increase the utilization. There are two cells and they were not utilized in a balanced manner. We were also able to balance out the process. We then decided to move this process and this system into our auto head welding cell. Overall, our experience was quite successful. And that being said, I just bring here some feedback from our manufacturing leaders. This is their direct feedback. So they think that this experience with Autology was they're very customer focused. They are very accommodating. They were able to customize the system to our needs. We did not need to really figure anything out. They understood the problem and they delivered the solution. And we did not require any IT support. That was a big thing in the project. As you can imagine, this could have become a very complex project, and it could have been taken a year or so if this was to be implemented on a large scale. We were able to define the scope easily and put that into action. We are into our second year of subscription, and we have manufacturing plants around the world, around 25 manufacturing plants right now. And we are looking into expanding the use of this tool in our Montgomery plant, but we're also looking into opportunities around the globe. So this is where we are with Tautology. And again, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to share our experience with you guys.
Thank you very much, Adi, for your great presentation. I think all of the corporate partners had something to take away. And I think our job is to always match startups with the corporates. So thank you again for sharing your story. Next, I would like to move startup pitches with the amazing batch that we have. For the MC, I would like to introduce our newest colleague, Connor Dugan. I'm so sorry. Connor Dugan. He is the Partner Success Manager at Smart Cities, our team. We share some similar hobbies, which includes some road travels. Connor, please come up on stage, and the floor is yours. Sorry.
All right. Thank you, Risa. I appreciate that. And yes, world traveling is definitely a passion for myself, and I'm sure a lot of other people as well. So just to get into it, I want to shout out Rheem and Ooredoo as well. Very great case studies. So I'm excited to be on those accounts with them moving forward. And just to reiterate, my name is Connor, and I'm a Partner Success Manager for Smart Cities. I'm looking forward to introducing the Batch 15 IoT startups. And we will have 3 groups of startups, and after each group, there will be a poll. So if you're interested in connecting with those startups that we introduce and you see the videos from, feel free to click on that poll and then go from there. So the 3 groups will start off with healthy physical and digital infrastructure. First up, we have Makini to present. They provide a set of simple endpoints for industrial maintenance data API. Please welcome Makini.
Hi there, I'm George, the co-founder and CEO of Makini, which is the Universal CMS API. But what is a CMS in the first place? On industrial facilities like power plants, factories, ships, tall buildings, hotels and resorts, amusement parks, you name it, anywhere where you have a lot of equipment. All of that equipment has to be maintained, right? And to manage maintenance operations on the scale of a facility, you need systems. So that's exactly what CMS is for, managing maintenance operations. Over 50% of industrial facilities around the world use them now. So that's a very common type of product. And most major providers like IBM, SAP, Infor have products in this category. And right now you have a broad range of industrial tech applications that in one way or another need to integrate with these systems. But the challenge they face is as they sell their product, every new customer of theirs uses a different system. So they have to build integration. And if you look at the landscape of those systems, there are hundreds of them. So let's look at what does it take to build one integration. So most of the systems on the market right now are legacy systems. So they are not particularly easy to connect with. One integration will cost you typically around 30K, take up to 18 months. And once you build it, it will require follow-on maintenance. So there you have it. 30K, 18-month, and follow-on maintenance. And now imagine doing this hundreds of times over and over again. For many companies, this is not feasible, and it makes much more sense to use something like Makini instead. So working with us, companies reduce number of integrations they need to just one, which is us. So we partner and integrate with a large number of providers of industrial systems in advance, combine it all together and expose one simple point of access. So our customers can essentially connect to Makini and get access to virtually any industrial system without need for individual integrations. So and for their customers, giving access to their systems is as simple as picking their system, logging in, and there you have it. There is connection. So this far, we've had a pleasure of supporting major industrial enterprises in their digital endeavors. So we've been working with companies like Wärtsilä, Maersk, American Bureau of Shipping, Keppel, and others. But how does that work? So essentially, for your particular use case, we can help you figure it out. There are different data requirements. So you pick what data in the systems you need, and how many units for how many pieces of equipment you need to connect. So we charge per connected machine. So that's typically the price range for a connected machine, but we call it an asset. So there is a difference. What is an asset? So just to give you an example, this is one asset, and this is 40 assets. So there's just, we just have a way to differentiate between small and big equipment. The most common question that we get is how many systems do we have available? So right now we have 20 integrations which are live and available right now, but this month we have made an exciting addition to our infrastructure. And so if our customers require access to a system that we don't have yet available, we can provide it with a lead time of 2 to 3 weeks, which yeah, we're pretty excited about that. Yeah, another thing, like usually for our customers, like what sort of options do they have? Right now, we are first to market. So there is no type of company, there is no company that does exactly the same thing as we do. So usually our customers, the alternative that they have is either building it themselves or using a specialized third party like us. And just to give you some context on how mature we are as a company or where we are as a business. So we started doing this in June 2020, so just over a year ago. It was a product of a pivot. So we were initially building a product that required those integrations. So integrations were our problem. We decided to solve it for ourselves and for other companies like us. So by end of the year in 2020, we have closed $1 million in seed funding with some of the best in the business, including Sequoia Capital, Plug and Play. We also work with some top managers in other API companies and tier 1 funds. By middle of this year, we've been already serving large industrial enterprises, like some of which I have mentioned already, companies like Keppel, Maersk, and others. And this August, we've hit a significant milestone for the company of approaching $1 million in ARR, and our current staff is 35. Yeah, so yeah, that's a quick summary on Makini. Yeah, hope you enjoyed.
Perfect. Thank you so much, George. I appreciate that. And now for the perfect degree of temperature, we have 75F next, and they will explain how to make your building work for you by improving indoor air quality with an IoT building management system. Please welcome 75F.
Hi, it's Bob French from 75F. Thanks for the opportunity to make this pitch. We're on a mission to make your building work for you. What that means is that we're putting smart sensors and controls in commercial buildings to make them healthier and more efficient and more comfortable than ever before at a disruptive price point. Now that's a key point because building automation is available. The incumbents are missing 80 to 90% of the commercial space in the United States, though, all on the basis of cost. So we needed to solve that problem. So we built a system which is complete for HVAC control, air quality, lighting, and energy management. And we're backed by Breakthrough Energy Ventures, which is a Bill Gates-backed fund. We're building the world's best BMS, and our customers worldwide are seeing 41.8% energy savings. And this year with COVID-19, because we control ventilation, we realized that we had an opportunity to play a part in reducing the transmission of COVID-19 in commercial buildings. You see, the CDC and ASHRAE have issued guidance on increasing outside air fractions to dilute the viral load inside of buildings. So we responded and created a epidemic mode setting on our software that automatically just follows those guidelines and makes it very easy and very accessible for people to reduce the risk of COVID-19 transmission. Now we deliver a vertically integrated, out-of-the-box experience. And so let me just discuss that for a minute. So first of all, what I mean by out of the box is that all of our sensors and controls literally work out of the box. Once you get power to them and select the type of equipment they're using, they all automatically connect, they create their own network. All of the sequences of operation are pre-made, and they report up to our web portal and set of mobile apps, making access to these buildings better and easier than ever before. These installations occur much faster because of our breakthroughs. By eliminating the field programming and the field networking, we reduce that cost and we make projects happen much faster. But because we're cloud-based, we can also take advantage of artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data, and massive parallel processing. So we have a live weather feed. We're studying what happens to the building. And then at night, we get a weather forecast. And we get the answers to the test every morning, which is how we make buildings so much more comfortable and efficient than ever before with predictive and proactive controls. Now, locally in the upper Midwest here, we're working with Home Furniture. They have over 2 million square feet that we've got control. And we have provided so far a 40% HVAC energy savings. In the past year and a half, almost 2 years, that has amounted to $111,000, which is a $49,000 per year savings on a $53,000 install, which is right about a simple payback of 1 year. So smart companies are listening. So we're working with SP Group, which is Singapore Power. Singapore is known as one of the most smart buildings and smart cities. So we're making our buildings in Singapore smart to plug into that smart cities concept. We're also working with Daikin, which is the world's largest HVAC manufacturer, to help accelerate their control strategy by integrating our control strategies with them. We're working with a lot of other companies throughout the Americas, and we would really like to look forward to talking with you to find out what your challenges are and how we might help. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, 75F. Up next, we have Sensemore. Sensemore specializes in smart machine health and is providing the easiest and smartest way of predictive maintenance. Please welcome Sensemore.
Hello, everyone. This is Çağlar from Sensemore. Sensemore is a plug-and-play predictive maintenance platform. We provide an end-to-end solution to predict machine malfunctions before they occur. These malfunctions cause unexpected downtime, which costs up to $22,000 per minute and lead 20% of productivity loss. We shape our diagnostic solutions according to our user needs and collect the best data. The data analyzed by AI algorithms and generated reports with exact failure diagnosis 4 months in advance. And it is so easy to integrate existing digital systems. We are currently serving in 9 countries to 40 highly reputable corporate customers with 9 people. We offer our solutions with end-to-end service subscription model or hardware sales with software subscriptions. We are focusing on channel partnerships and increasing brand recognition. Predictive maintenance market is highly growing, which will reach $28 billion in 2026. We map the market with being easy to use and serving high diagnostic quality. Why should companies are only being an exit strategy for startups in this growing markets? Sensemore is the best in quality. Our sales tickets, MRR, and repeating sales are growing every month. And so far, we saved millions of dollars for our customers. Currently, we have an open seed round of $500,000 for 10%. We will use the investment for sales channel formation, marketing, and HR growth to lead us for Series A funding. Thanks for having me. Feel free to reach out.
All right. Thank you, Sensemore. Breezo is next, and they are providing probiotic air treatment. They empower your daily comfort by reconnecting with nature. Please welcome Breezo.
Hello, everyone. I'm Nicolo Cluse from Breezo. And with Breezo, we empower your daily comfort by reconnecting with nature. In fact, Breezo wants to become the reference in providing probiotic-based solutions to create healthy indoor environments to work, meet, and sleep in. Providing probiotic-based solutions, meaning that what probiotic food supplements does for the gut, rebalancing the gut, Breezo does exactly the same, but then in industrial size and for indoor purposes. So we spend 90% of our time indoor, where the air is 2 to 5 times more polluted than the outside. 30% of buildings have sick building syndrome, creating all kinds of symptoms, as you can see here, that generates a decrease of efficiency per capita, per head, per member in your staff by for 7,500 euro per year. So that's enormous. Here you see actually the core of what we do. So we created a probiotic solution on one side, a mixture of organisms. On the other side, we created a hardware, ultrasonic machinery to create a mist. So we create a mist in your indoor space. And whenever these probiotics reach a surface, they do exactly what you can see here. They start colonizing, multiplying, so that other pathogens have no reason to create successors. And that we keep, let's say, your indoor environment in balance. It's a centralized, automated, and fully controlled system. It's actually a treatment, so it's not a filtering system, but it's a treatment. And the probiotics or the ultrasonic machinery create a very tiny particles that makes our solution airborne. We sell that as a full service model, so a fixed euro per square meter per month. We have machinery starting from 75 square meters up to 500,000, and even if we have an inbuilt system in your air duct, we could go up to 10,000 square meters, connected with sensors and predictions, as you could see on the left side. By doing so, our solution we're working on 5 very important issues. We create healthy microflora. We can reduce the risk of germs and molds by more than 80%. We have less organic pollution, bad bacteria like E. coli, coliform, and we can reduce your allergen like house dust mite, cat and dog with more than 80%, and we have an impact on bad smell. Main markets: Breezo at work, offices, open office spaces; Breezo public, every place where you have a lot of people coming together; Breezo at home with the smallest device; and Breezo care, where we start from, let's say, elderly home, childcare, up to revalidation. This is the team of the 4 core members who are involved, but we also have sales already in Netherlands, France, Italy, and Belgium, of course. We have been selected, and we're proud to have been selected by these accelerators, and we were awarded with the top 50 PropTech Europe company in 2018. So that was Breezo. Thank you a lot.
Thank you, Breezo. So protection and safety when it comes to your files and information is essential. ReSec Technologies provides protection from file-based malware threats. Please welcome ReSec Technologies.
Hi everyone, I am Tal and I'm ReSec CEO. It's a pleasure to present ReSec to you today. ReSec is a cyber company providing organizations with military-grade security along with enterprise usability. We do this by completely preventing all file-based malware threats at the organization's gateway. We do this at scale and in real time. Let me share a little about the problem we're solving. Malware attacks are continuing to grow. Ransomware is in the front lines with 500% growth year on year since 2019, 20 billion in damages for organizations worldwide in 2020 alone, expected to rise to 35 billion in just a couple of years. Most of the attacks are starting with a document. This is email bodies, the Office suite, and many non-standard formats. Existing solutions are simply not enough. They present a significant limitation, either in security or in usability. ReSec solves this problem with a completely different approach. Zero trust, full prevention, and not traditional detection, achieving ultimate security without compromising usability. Here is how we do it. We treat every file as a threat, so the original will always be kept out of the organization's network. We will store it in a safe place on the customer side. Our software then studies this document, every bit, every byte, every component, and every element. In real time, we will then reconstruct a perfect, fully functional replica of the file. Since we can reconstruct the replica ourselves, we can guarantee that it is threat-free. Let me illustrate this further. We have a PDF that is approaching your organization's network. Our software will always keep it out. If it's malicious, we'll be able to identify it and block it out. Everything else that is perceived to be as clean will be treated with a zero trust approach and will be reconstructed into a threat-free replica. This will eliminate zero-day attacks and false negatives. The replica will be completely clean and fully usable. This is what we pass to the end user. Again, in real time, the end user will be completely safe and cannot tell the difference. It's a game-changing solution. We offer complete prevention, no business interruptions, and a solution that's easy to deploy and maintain. Our customers tell us that using ReSec, they get a good night's sleep. We're extremely proud of that. We are a proven solution and growing rapidly. We completed our round A last year, led by prominent funds from Israel, Hong Kong, Germany, and the US. We have multiple patents for our technology, and we're extremely proud to have dozens of customers worldwide from diverse sectors, including military and defense, financial, critical infrastructure, and airlines, government offices, retail, and more. We work through channel partners. We're expanding in the US as we speak. Extremely proud of our partnership with Plug and Play in Silicon Valley and in other geographies, and are growing rapidly thanks to this. I'll be happy to have a discussion with any of you and share how we can help, through ReSec, improve your organization's security. Thank you so much for your time.
All right, thank you, ReSec. Next up, scale your IoT business with Staex. Staex also won the Deep Tech Award in 2021, so congratulations. Staex solves complex IoT deployments and integrations. Additionally, keep in mind that after this startup presentation, there will be the poll that launches to see if you would like to connect with any of these startups further, and then we'll go into the next category, which is edge computer and data usage.
Hi, everybody. My name is Alexandra. I'm founder and CEO of Staex. We are a Berlin-based deep tech startup, and our motto is machine integration made simple. So let me guide you through the problem that we address. Today, through a very huge problem in the industry, which is a vendor lock-in, also really high fragmentation of IoT devices, different tools that manage those machines and devices, and also company backends. This whole complexity makes it extremely complex to integrate IT systems behind IoT applications. So I've seen myself how companies lose money, time, and opportunities working in the enterprise environment for the last 15 years. And this whole complexity, it really slows the evolution of IoT economy. So if we want to build an application where a Tesla car talks to the Shell charging station today, it's not only about making these two machines talk to each other, but it's also about making the Tesla company work to the Shell company, so their backend should talk on the data level. And this is actually super, super complex today. And that's why all these applications actually do not work today, because of this complexity. So how do we solve it? We have created a first in the world Staex platform, which is a distributed platform, and it consists out of lightweight agents that are easily deployed on any type of Linux-based machine. And they interconnect into a very easy to access peer-to-peer network. And this network kind of abstracts the environment for companies that are building IT applications. So we enroll this cloud upon Tesla backend, Tesla car, Shell charging station, and Shell backend. And they have all one simple environment where we address networking and deployment issues, where they can easily exchange data between machines and deploy their applications. So if we look at the market, Staex is really good in managing hybrid IoT applications, where we have multiple partners and multiple machines. We also have no vendor lock-in, and you can connect our system through APIs to any existing tool or platform. We also provide massive scalability because our system is based on peer-to-peer. Staex also provides a new security paradigm because we don't have any single point of failure that can be hacked by the hackers, and our platform cannot be put down. We are present in a variety of use cases. So we started with smart city use cases, where we build interoperable charging station interfaces, where we get all the data from different providers to one single user interface. We also work in supply chain use cases where we can provide star-shaped use cases so that the suppliers also can talk to each other. And also working in industrial IoT cases where, for example, today we work on a very efficient wind turbine management across different cities, partners, and municipalities. Thank you so much. My name is Alexandra. You can reach out at alexandra@staex.io. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Alexandra. So as the poll launches, feel free again to fill that poll out so that you can connect with any of those startups from the first category. And the next category will be edge computer and data usage. And for the next startup, it's called Ruuvi Innovations. So Ruuvi Innovations is from Finland. Ruuvi Innovations uses open source products in the IoT sensor market. The goal is to rewrite how they measure the environment. Please welcome Ruuvi Innovations.
Hi, my name is Henry, and I'm co-founder and CEO of Ruuvi Innovations. We are from Finland. We are the IoT solution provider who have developed now this kind of complete system for consumers and business users. And our consumer users use our sensors and the solution at their home and hobbies. It integrates to the major home automation solutions as well. And for businesses, we have fully open source hardware and software solution. We have sensors. Then we have a gateway and cloud solution, and then we have a dashboard where the data can be seen. We have sold over 140,000 devices, and we have roughly 20,000 active users on consumer side. This is the solution for remote monitoring and view how the data can be seen. For consumer users, it's a standalone home measurement system which integrates to these home automation systems. We have usual use cases for weather forecast and weather monitoring, room temperature monitoring, optimizing, and so on. So many different kind of monitoring at home. For businesses, our solution integrates usually with the customer end product, and they use our devices and software as a part of their complete system. Its usual use cases are cold chain monitoring, different kind of asset and person tracking, and office spaces and residential building monitoring. We have already quite many big customers which are now developing a complete solution using our devices and software. We are scaling now fast, and these are our predictions for the future users on consumer side. On business side, we have been able to grow from the test and pilot cases to pre-mass cases where the customers are purchasing thousands of devices from us, and the predictions are that they will buy hundreds of thousands in the future. We are also moving from pure hardware business to monthly subscription model, and this will increase our profit and turnover in the future. We have a quite good team already, and the size of the team is 15 people, and we are the founders and the owners of the company. Thank you.
Our next startup, iFlow, is providing universally stable factory data. They provide a turbo for your smart factory. Please welcome iFlow.
Hi everyone, my name is Christoph and I'm co-founder of iFlow. And with iFlow, we solve one of the biggest challenges of manufacturing today, to make full use of factory data in order to stay competitive in the era of analytics and AI. Now, factory floors are very diverse by nature. This can also be seen on the data side that the machines, sensors, and other assets provide. Now, because of the different forms the data comes in, it's not possible to apply, for example, AI to it. You have to clean the data and shape it into the right format. Instead of focusing on the important tasks, data scientists waste 80% of their time doing exactly this. And this is why we left the enterprise we worked at, where we had to do this for every single project over and over again. So what if you could turn the data of your factory floor into universally usable data for any use case, even for use cases you don't think of just yet? That's exactly what our software is built for. And we apply data science technologies to transform heterogeneous factory data into a standardized, harmonized, and understandable data world. And this data world does not only include the data itself, but also the interrelationship between the data points of your factory. In that way, we create the perfect base and starting point for every data analytics and AI project. Our software empowers your team to finally scale your data analytics and AI projects across factories, regardless of the heterogeneity of your shop floor. And by that, we unlock analytics projects such as predictive quality or digital twins, thanks to unified data, and many more. By saving your team's time on the basics, we return your invest for each project 5 times faster and help you to accelerate your digital transformation and by that strengthen your competitiveness. Now you might ask, why iFlow? Instead, you could hire system integrators to put in place processes and tools like analytics and AI. However, factories aren't static, and do you really want to spend money every time something changes? Our tool is designed so that our users can make these changes without being an IT expert. By that, we save you money and time. We are a software as a service company offering 3 different package sizes. The package size depends on the number of connections made between iFlow and your factory assets. Therefore, iFlow allows a profitable implementation in small, but also in big factories. And various global industry leaders confirmed the need in our capabilities. We have conversations with multiple global multi-billion-dollar brands to launch our product in their factories. And I'm happy to do that with our fantastic team. We work together at Bosch and we're responsible for the digitalization of 5 factories around the globe. We know the pain we are solving so well. We are beginning pilots now and are looking for manufacturers that want to apply analytics and AI in their operations, but struggle with poor quality data. Let us explain how you can save millions of dollars every year. Let's kickstart your journey to a clean and unified data world. Thank you.
Thank you, iFlow. Next up, Taubyte is focused on having a global edge presence, and they create the simplest path for edge native applications. Please welcome Taubyte.
Yeah. Howdy. My name is Sami Fodil. I'm the founder and CEO of Taubyte, the startup that's truly making the edge accessible and consumable to enterprises of all sizes. What do I mean by this? Well, today, building an edge use case requires managing a large number of infrastructure contracts totaling at least 7 figures yearly spendings, maintaining a large engineering workforce to deal with software complexity over distributed and diverse ecosystems, and implementing mechanisms to ensure trust between communicating machines. Actually, this one is poorly handled today, obviously when IoT security issues are reported daily. Today, edge use cases do not scale well. To my point, even large organizations have poor connected products. Taubyte is an autonomous platform as a service that we call smart computing. On the back end, Taubyte enables hardware, which consists of servers and devices running our software, build a worldwide network of interconnected software vehicles, providing global presence with no engagement. On the front end, we present developers with a serverless platform that provides access to various native and third-party abstractions that reduce software to its essence, the function, accelerating time to market and considerably lowering cost to ownership. In the middle, we run a blockchain, not of currency, but of software operations, autonomously provisioning, updating, and securely running software where and when needed. To make it short, just imagine Taubyte being an Uber service for software at the edge. Thank you.
Thank you, Sammy from Taubyte. Next up is Stream.ai, which uses unsupervised machine learning techniques that are selected through their proprietary algorithm. Please welcome Stream.ai.
Thank you for the opportunity to present Stream.ai to you today. My name is Gary Abella, one of the co-founders. We are a plug-and-play alumni, having run through various different plug-and-play programs in Europe, where we obtained some great PhDs that have now moved into implementing our technology, Stream.ai. Stream.ai has really been born out of a data science consultancy business, and we have now been fully funded by the European Union to develop an anomaly detection platform that puts your domain expert at the center of the equation. One of the lessons that we have learned through operationalizing AI is that you do require a bottom-up approach where the human expert is at the center of your equation. Our client's competitive advantage has always been and will always be the knowledge that you hold in the humans that you employ. So from our perspective, that is where you must start in order to develop a continuously learning model that adapts to the changes of your given data set. We are use case agnostic, however, very sensitive to the type of data that we work with. We work with time series numeric data. This data is prevalent across multiple sectors in the universe today and is exponentially growing. One of the challenges with time series data is often unlabeled, and so very difficult to develop predictions based off unlabeled data sets. Our solution to this problem is developed a solution that gives the domain experts the ability to automatically, using unsupervised machine learning algorithms, understand and annotate their data to create smart notifications and smart labeling systems to feed back into the algorithms directly to create that all-important self-learning mechanism. What sits behind the core technology is our ability to do auto labeling and auto model generation to the specifics of your use case. We then give you the API so you can consume the output and the data-driven insights into whatever downstream system that requires it. We have our first customer, Webasto, a tier 1 supplier of heating systems to the auto sector, using our system on a daily test run, and we reduce the time their engineers spend on daily data inspection by detecting unknown behaviors and patterns in their data sets. Business outcomes here are a quicker route to market for the company, a reduction in their testing costs, and an improvement in their quality excellence. We have a very quick onboarding process where we can take your data set and give you proof of value within a 4 to 6 week time period so that you can actually generate the value before committing to actually integrating the software into your respective use case. That's it from me. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Stream.ai. Next up, StreamAnalyze will be next, and they can make any device smart. They specialize in software for scalable real-time analysis of data. Please welcome StreamAnalyze.
Hi, my name is Daniel Spar. I'm CEO for StreamAnalyze. We're a software company that has a software platform that allows you to build, deploy, and run any AI model on any device out there in the world. And why is this important? Well, AI is shaping the future, not only of business, but ultimately our whole world. And it's opening up new ways of working, new business models, and therefore new ways of living. And StreamAnalyze, we're shaping that future of AI everywhere. And how are we doing this? Well, we're putting a tool in the hands of the whole organization that allows you to change the way you do business forever. And because as AI is becoming more widespread, it needs to become much easier and actually more faster to implement. And AI is not just for experts and programmers, but we need to have a tool in the hands of the engineers, the product managers, and even the financial managers so they can create, deploy, and run AI on your products or your assets on their own. Also, your time and your customer's time is extremely valuable. Therefore, the creation and deployment of AI needs to be quick. And really, the way we see it, only then will AI have a true impact on the world. So, how do we actually do this then? Well, we have the only AI in the platform in the world that simultaneously is sort of can do all these features that I'm going to just talk you through. And one is it's really small, so our software platform fits onto any device that's out there. And once you have it installed, it allows you to be able to query your assets, but also interactively build and update and deploy AI to your assets on the fly. And this will actually make your devices smart. By smart, we mean you can push out any mathematical statistical model, any deep learning model, any machine learning model that is out there that you've heard of today. And you can build this on your own because this is a tool made for engineers, made for analysts, made for product managers and financial managers to do this, because ultimately AI is going to become your IP. On top of just the regular AI model that you normally would talk about, we can also push out financial analytics onto your devices, taking the physical models that you're actually running and put a financial aspect to this as well. So for instance, an wear and tear model in a leasing contract would be something you could add on to this. And this is all done locally on the asset rather than being done in the cloud. So this provides you now with a full asset lifecycle and lifetime management of your products and your assets, then, if you want to call it that. And so this can provide you with what we see, 4 features. One is the customer and ultimately also product insights. How are your customers using your assets and how are your assets actually doing, or your products? It can also speed up your product development, not only when coming off your initial product development cycle, and we've seen this as actually speeding things up by several magnitudes because software is ultimately being used in your products in general. But also, once you have a product in production, you can actually add new features on the fly using our platform. The third one is customer experience. You can add new services to your customers. For instance, a predictive maintenance model, being able to notify them when something is going on with their product that they bought from you. And fourth, but not least, a financial service as well. Just like I mentioned in the previous slide, you can now add services onto this, being able to charge for your products the way they're really being used. So just to sort of wrap this up, my only question to you is, why not? And thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much. Next up, Ginsta.io enables businesses to keep control of their sensors. They reduce emissions using data. And to keep in mind, we will launch a poll after this presentation. And so if you want to connect with any of these startups within this category, and then we'll move forward to the next category.
Hi, my name is Anna. I'm co-founder of Ginsta.io. We are going to revolutionize the world of IoT sensor data analytics, make it fun, intuitive, easy, and most importantly, a daily habit. The thing is, in the manufacturing industry, we already have data. We measure everything in order to make production processes more transparent, more energy efficient, smarter, you name it. The problem is IoT sensor data analytics today look like this. You know how much time and special expertise it takes to draft a thing like this, understand it, and then take a database decision? With more and more data coming up and less data scientists being available on a job market, this problem becomes bigger every day. With Ginsta.io, sensor data analytics look like this. Ginsta.io is the one platform where people work with IoT data fast, smart, and together. The no-code interface makes IoT sensor data analytics intuitive. You can see it. You can just build your calculations. With Ginsta.io, companies have all data in one spot. You empower your employees to look inside of the data, understand it, validate it, store knowledge they have accordingly to the data. With this, you increasingly get control over all the sensor data you have in the company. And as soon as there is a special analytical use case that extends the capabilities of Ginsta.io's analytical interface, you can implement this new use case just like this. With this, we're finally going to bridge this Industry 4.0 gap between data stock that already exists and software businesses that deliver really nice data-driven solutions for your production. Ginsta.io is this one database where we all speak the same language in order to connect. With this, we are targeting the IoT sensor data market, which is supposed to grow up until $1,000 billion up until 2028. Well, you got to start somewhere. Our wedge is the energy data management market, because this is where we see that users, shop floor engineers, energy data management engineers already feel the pain of calculating, for example, CO2 footprints without having data. Well, market proves us right, because our monthly subscription growth rate is now 20% without any marketing. And of course, we have strong partners from the industry who co-developed this product with us. We are a great team of very diverse people coming from the industry, from the research side, and have a lot of experience of really software developing skills in our team. And this is how we're going to tackle the world. So we have the data. And now, in order to really leverage the potential of it, we need to empower the people, your people, non-data scientists, to really work with this data. If you're interested, come approach me. I'm happy to answer all your questions.
Thank you very much, Anna. So now we will launch the poll. So if you are interested in connecting with any of those startups within that category, please do so now. The next category that we will be going into is advanced operations and productivity. So with that, Visionaries 777 is next, and they deliver software solutions to solve global business needs. Please welcome Visionaries 777.
Hi, everyone. My name is David. I'm a co-founder at Visionaries 777. At Visionaries, we believe the physical world has many limitations, and we believe these limitations can be overcome through the use of augmented and mixed reality, having people navigate indoor locations by guiding them to the locations and then showing them what to do on a step-by-step basis. Our software is mainly used for training and maintenance protocols, but it can be used for a much larger broad of use cases. In order for our software to work, we need to leverage digital twins, and these digital twins can be outsourced by our clients, or they actually sometimes just by the hardware themselves. Once we have the digital twin, this digital twin is uploaded onto our editor. In the editor, the facility manager or the training manager can create and assign the routines or tasks that need to be executed by the employee. Once the staff activates their mixed reality glasses or their phone or tablet, the system will guide them throughout the whole routine and show them what to do step by step. The beauty of the software right now is that it is really ready to be scalable in terms of thousands of locations. We have done multiple locations around the world, across Japan, Europe, and the US. We've done convenience stores, we've done office buildings, we've done factories, but it really is ready for the next level to hopefully help start deploying this XR infrastructure within clients' buildings. This is another example of a client that is responsible for facility management of thousands of buildings worldwide, and the software is running really well. Just the fact that we don't need to have any hardware retrofits or any hardware installation really means that it's very easy for any client to deploy and even do a POC in case any of you want to test it very quickly. The system shows here how we can get the person to really navigate with a precise indoor navigation system, the building, and eventually show them what to do step by step. This is another client of ours, a Danish manufacturer producing wind turbines. They're using our software right now for any kind of facility management topic, training routine, where the employees are using both a mixture of mixed reality and handheld devices to navigate the factories in the safest way and digitalize every single one of those processes that need to be executed. And we're adding more modules into our software. For example, AR automation. In the future, we believe that we don't need any kind of interface to control anything that is IoT related inside buildings, as long as the user is enabled to control any device. It could be a projector, lighting, or electronic curtains. Everything works with augmented reality. We've been working with clients across Japan, Europe, and the US, and these are some of the logos of the clients we've been working with. And ultimately, we're also experts in this topic, so we're actually working on research and development with companies like Facebook, Snapchat, or even Lego in Denmark. And we hope that we can help you, any of you, explore this possibility in the future of really how to deploy extended reality within your organization. Having said that, thank you very much, and I look forward to hearing from you. Bye.
Thank you, Visionaries 777. Now I think we can all agree advancing the speed of email responses is great, and Hypertype will now let you know how they personalize your email replies at hyperspeed. Please welcome Hypertype.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tini, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Hypertype. 10 years ago, I was typing emails. Today, I'm still typing, and not much has changed. Hypertype started because even with today's tools, like smart composing using GPT-3 and CRM system, there's still no good tools in the market that give you relevant information to help you personalize your emails. We at Hypertype want to give value to your organization data. Before we go into the details about our solution, I want you all to pretend you're working as a sales rep. To be able to reach your sales targets, you need to write on average 36 emails and spend more than 3 hours per day figuring out what to write. Not to mention that you're answering similar questions most of the time, which becomes extremely frustrating and unproductive. And from my NLP experience from Fairhead Robotics, I saw the opportunity to use AI technology to solve the problem. And why now? NLP technology has just advanced in recent years, and people are used to working in distribution teams that require technology to work smarter, not harder. Hypertype is a super easy plug and play Chrome extension solution that you easily download to your email clients. Our extension can support up to 110 languages, and all emails in your sales team are automatically indexed to provide you with the information you need to write a personalized customer email with hyperspeed. We put all the information in one place based on what you and your team has written in the past. And our first feature helps you save time answering repetitive questions. You can easily be inspired or just copy a similar answer written by your sales colleagues. This is similar to having a sales team supporting you 24/7. We'll also provide you with quick knowledge snapshot based on yours or your colleagues' historical emails, highlighting the question you want to know the answer of, and will give the short answer right away. And what's more, Hypertype will also be able to show you the tone and the customer mood to help you organize what order you should reply to your customers. This is a super nice nugget to have and make the experience fun to use. And Hypertype is a customer-driven product, and we understand the value of building a tool that our customers love. We have already tested our pilot customers in our private launch to collect feedback and work closely with them to create a fantastic user experience. When we launch to the public, we'll scale with an online subscription charge per seat for any salesperson to use. And will not stop in sales or emails. Our vision is to open our API and be integrated with other text-based communication tools, such as HubSpot, Slack, and analyze any text for users to get particular information within their platform. Our team is amazingly strong. Our CTO, Tim, has firsthand experience in NLP technology, and combined with our commercial experience in launching AI applications, we have the best team to build the next Tesla of communications. We have already secured our first angel round, and we're looking for investors to join our pre-seed investment round. Let us solve the next big thing for email pains together. Thank you.
Thank you, Hypertype. Next up, we have Helgen Technologies. They empower industries that utilize heavy machinery to reach new productivity levels. Please welcome Helgen Technologies.
Hi, I'm Dr. Leo Rodriguez, the CEO at Helgen Technologies, and we empower industries that utilize heavy machinery to reach new levels of productivity. Waste companies are facing a harsh reality. Picture a landfill. Working there is dirty, yet somebody has to do the job. Sickness and high attrition are common among heavy machine operators there. For an average landfill, this represents hundreds of thousands of dollars on additional costs and reduced productivity. The future isn't bright either, as new generations have less interest in operating heavy equipment. We convert heavy machinery into intelligent autonomous systems, capable of consistently operating long hours while reducing human risks. Waste companies acknowledge that solutions that reduce the interaction of humans with the harsh conditions of a landfill are very attractive. Helgen's team combines many years of experience in robotics, software, hardware, lean manufacturing, and business. We've worked for renowned multinationals, and by joining forces supported by an industry-leading panel of advisors, we're more than capable to fulfill our mission, to bring automation to the right place. We have an unfair advantage in technology. We're pioneers in combining in a unique way novel sensors that will change the game of automation, making our development faster and making safe all-weather operations possible. Our deployment time is at least 3 times faster than the competition, and Helgen Tech is compatible with more machines, in contrast with the 1 or 2 models that our competitors support. Waste companies will make considerable investments in heavy machinery upgrades in upcoming years globally. Our obtainable market in this vertical is up to $500 million. Our flexible solution will allow us to expand to other markets in which companies are expecting to make investments of more than $160 billion in autonomous equipment. We're a business-to-business company. We make money with robotics as a service yearly rolling contracts. A contract for a single machine will have an average value of $65,000 per annum. We want to grow from 6 machine upgrades in our pilot program by the end of next year to more than 400 fully autonomous units deploying various verticals by 2026, representing a minimum revenue of $24 million per year. We are filling our pilot program funnel by actively profiling global waste companies. We've secured the deployment of our first pilot in a landfill and obtained an LOI to deploy our technology in a recycling facility. We're participating in the NVIDIA Inception program, and we are now a plug-and-play portfolio company, which is allowing us to expand our business network rapidly. To secure key staff and reach our development milestones, we're currently raising 1 million euros in our pre-seed round. We plan subsequent BC rounds, and we're actively looking for European Commission funding for a projected seed capital of up to 5 million euros. So far, our path has been very exciting. If you want to know more, make sure to follow Helgen Technologies on our social media and contact us if you want to be part of our journey to bring automation to the right place.
Now, the Button Corporation. And as we all like to know that simplicity is often the key, they are providing the simplest internet user face in the world. Please welcome the Button Corporation.
Hi there, I'm Mike. Nice to meet you. I'm head of Button. First of all, I want to share with you that last week I became a father for the very first time. I can say that's truly a magical experience. Today, I'm gonna guide you through the Button presentation, explain you what Button is, and show to you that linking the physical with the digital world via our IoT device also is truly magical. What is Button? Button is the IoT button that connects people and processes. At Button, our vision is that people are connected with themselves and the world around them. Currently, organizations are striving for operational excellence. Our IoT device with a display improves automation, it enhances communication, it grows productivity with streamlining your processes and workflows, and in addition, it creates and shows brand visibility whilst creating a unique customer experience. So what did we do? We created an IoT button that's simple. But how does it work? First, you press to trigger a preset action. What happens? The order is requested or the service is enabled, and then magic happens. The great thing about our IoT button is that it has a display. With the display, the customer gets live updates about their status request, and this provides them peace of mind and assures connection. Again, how does it work? You have the IoT button device. It's connected via a telecom network. Then you have to My Button portal, where you set your action and create your triggers. Then we are connected or directly via your or your customer's API, or with native and third-party apps, such as Microsoft Show, Slack, Zapier, to name a few. When your trigger is executed, you see it happening in your business or platform. Besides the hardware IoT button, we also created a management portal. Here you can create and automate, you can measure and grow, and manage and integrate. What does it do? An IoT button that does it all. Our button increases automation, improves customer experience, grows profit, and reduces cost whilst improving your brand visibility. The great and interesting thing for Button is that it has various target markets. We can focus on healthcare, warehousing, supply chain, retail, to name a few. Some traction. After 8 months since we relaunched Button, we have sold more than 250 devices. We have over 50 paying customers. We added more than 25 customers. And year to date, we have a 55,000 annual recurring revenue. The business model of Button is interesting as well. On one hand, you have a hardware setup fee, and on the other side, you have a service subscription fee for platform usage and connectivity. The total addressable market of the IoT is huge. Projected is that in 2022, $14.4 trillion is the value of the global Internet of Things market. And I think with Button, we have a chance to grasp a part of this. A global distributed team. Interesting and good to mention that our team is global distributed. I am based in Amsterdam, but I have colleagues all over the world, in Europe, Australia, New Zealand, and in the United States. And hereby we can support you and your customers anywhere, anytime. The exciting thing about Button in competition to what else is out there is that Button has a fully open configuration and it's a standalone device. Standalone device means it's independent of any applications, hubs, Wi-Fi, since it's just a plug and play device. What we ask to receive $1 million seed investment, and we ask to get selected for the plug and play innovation program in September. With this money, we will grow our team. We will gonna build a new product and extend our platform and focus on growth via online marketing, videos, conferences, and more. The vision and next step of Button is growing into the #1 trigger platform in this world. The next Button gonna be low cost, battery powered and waterproof. And in addition, we're gonna add software buttons to our platform, such as QR buttons and many more. Are you going to be our new investing partner? Thank you for your time. I look forward to working together and wishing you a great day. Goodbye.
Thank you, Mike, and congratulations on the newborn as well. Next up, we have Mona, and they provide monitoring platforms for AI and ML teams. Please welcome Mona.
Hi, everyone. I'm Yotam. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Mona. I'm going to start with a question. Are you nervous about your AI investment? If you are, you're not alone. Many business leaders are. In virtually every industry, as AI and automation begin to take center stage, the stakes are getting higher and higher. And we all know why you made these investments. You have so much data coming from your operations. There's an ocean of external data sources that promise to deliver new insights and lift your business. Your data scientists produced compelling predictive models. You've even run some POCs and the results from them look good. Yet how can you ensure that what worked in the research lab will work well in the real world, in production environments? How can you know that what's succeeding today will succeed next week or next month or later down the line? Your AI also may work well and be fine overall, but there's a subsegment of the data for which it's not. There might be problems that are small or hidden, but could suddenly become big or even catastrophic. What you need is eyes and ears into your production workflows. You need a feedback loop. You need AI monitoring. And this is where Mona comes into play. We're the leading AI monitoring platform. And really what we're building is the next generation of business intelligence with robust anomaly detection capabilities and automatic segmentation to find the real root causes of problems early and fast in your production AI. Couple that with a very comprehensive user configuration layer, and you can customize Mona for any vertical use case, any AI or automation method on any tech stack. Mona is an integral part of your production AI deployment. And with our monitoring capabilities, you can reduce risk significantly of any negative impact to your business KPIs from AI mishaps. You can save countless hours for your engineers, and you can ensure that the data scientists are focused on the right improvements to continuously optimize your models. Now, Mona is used by innovators who are true leaders in their respective fields and has also been recognized by various industry experts. We have a strong founding team that includes product and operational leaders coming from McKinsey and Google. And since we started about 3 years ago, we've assembled a very strong team and amassed an incredible slate of customers. So that is it from us. We'd love to be in touch. If you want to learn more, please contact us. Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much, Mona. Next up, ExLattice. They provide real-time feedback using intelligent engineering software. Please welcome ExLattice.
Hello, my name is Renze Huang, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of ExLattice. ExLattice is developing the next generation AI-powered engineering software for digital manufacturing. This is a race car component being produced with advanced manufacturing today, and this is the escalating engineering complexity we're facing. In fact, the data generated for manufacturing are exploding. To deal with such data throughput, engineers need their sophisticated computational tools to be even faster than spreadsheet models. At ExLattice, we are providing that. By integrating machine learning, GPU computing with computational method, we developed the first AI-based ultra-fast simulation kernel for advanced manufacturing. The kernel is 1000x faster than comparable tools, and in just milliseconds, it consolidates different data and compute it into physical insights about manufacturing process and outcomes. It can greatly enhance engineering capability in design improvement, process control, and digital twin. The kernel can be deployed on cloud, at premises, or even at the manufacturing machines. The technology enables real-time simulation feedback in design and manufacturing operations, which help develop better products faster and cheaper. For example, we are working with Fortune 500 companies and leverage our technology for their additive manufacturing processes. For the first time, our physical simulation engine of the process is capable of delivering 30-micron resolution for part-level analysis for our customers in just 2 hours. Such capability allows the users not only estimate dimension tolerance before actual printing, but also examine surface roughness, porosity, and the material properties to compare and reduce expensive CT scans for quality assurance. It will take at least 8 years of computing for similar analysis using traditional computational tools. We are helping our customers reduce at least half of manufacturing failures and R&D time by making such analysis possible in the digital space. And imagine deploy such capabilities at the machine level and allows the machine to solve the manufacturing challenges by itself in real time in the coming years. We are currently using a revenue sharing model to go to market through partnerships. We are actively working with machine OEMs, software platforms, and channel partners to offer easy-to-use APIs, technology licensing, and integration for their existing and future customers. At ExLattice, we are building a deep technical team with world-leading expertise in advanced manufacturing and artificial intelligence. Through plug and play, we are looking for strategic partners and investors to shape the future of digital manufacturing together with us. If sensors and IoT devices are future eyes and ears to machines, we are building the engineering sprints for them. Thanks a lot. Feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions.
Thank you very much. Next up, SymetryML. They provide data in motion by using high-speed automated machine learning. Please welcome SymetryML. And there will also be a launched poll after this segment, and if you want to connect with any of the startups in this category as well.
Hi, my name is Dustin O'Dell, and I'm the co-founder and president of SymetryML. SymetryML is using continuous machine learning coupled with federated learning to power the next generation of predictive analytics. SymetryML helps companies improve their predictive analytics solutions by enhancing the way they access and process data and how they build, deploy, and update their predictive models. SymetryML is bringing value that conventional predictive analytics and machine learning solutions simply can't match. From CEO to data analyst, SymetryML helps all stakeholders involved with its unique capabilities and real results. And here's some proof. SymetryML can be used to enhance any predictive analytics solutions across any category. And in these examples, the value is very clear. In addition to what you see here, SymetryML is currently working on a first-of-its-kind federated learning POC that will allow a top 5 pharma company to leverage privacy-preserving techniques to easily combine disparate data sets from across the world to help enhance their predictive analytics around real-world evidence. SymetryML is able to achieve all of this by leveraging a very unique proprietary statistical representation, or as we call it, the PSR. This is the key to all of the magic, an innovative data processing and model building technique that delivers superior results. It's probably clear now that data creation is only increasing exponentially. However, the value you're receiving from your data is likely still limited due to the conventional predictive analytics and machine learning solutions you're currently using. And Symmetry can help with that. No matter if you're an expert or a beginner, SymetryML is simple to use and easy to scale. So if you're interested in getting the most out of your data, send us an email. We'd love to talk. Thank you.
Thank you, Dustin from SymetryML. And that concludes the startup presentation. So I want to thank all of the startups for their time and focus on their presentations. And just for some closing remarks, on December 9th, we do have the Clean Tech Japan event. So Plug and Play is excited to host a startup pitch event along with Nidu and Jetro to present some of the most exciting clean tech startups. So if you want to register for that, I highly recommend it. The link is below. And then we also will have the Plug and Play Summer Summit from June 12th to the 18th, and hopefully that will be in person. So we would love to see everyone there as long as everything moves in the direction we would like it to. And that will be here at our headquarters in Sunnyvale. And then stay tuned for this afternoon. We have the real estate and construction portion of the Winter Summit, so please join that as well later this afternoon. And that is it. Thank you so much for attending our 2021 Winter Summit IoT section. Thank you.